You're right there.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. What's good, people? Welcome to another episode of RNS. We are back. Blood, you got a bit of a sore throat, but we're still going to give you that last one. Huh?
What are you going to do?
Lips in, bro. I'm joking. That was insane. But yeah, what's good, bro?
Not much, man. Not much. Same old. International break. So like, it's tough. You get to this point of the international break, you're like, I need my fix of Premier League football, but it's coming back soon.
Yeah, bro. I haven't looked at my FPL in a minute.
Yeah,
that's how you know the international break is long, and at least the international break is over, or not over. We've still got a couple more games, but we might as well talk about some international games. England did beat Wales 3-0. I did, yeah. Well, this is the thing. I was at no one cares, and I was at the Broncos practice, and I was randomly bumped into Dan Burn, who's an NFL fan apparently. He had Marvin Mims, Broncos player, on his fantasy, so that's why he was out there. And I asked him, we spoke a little bit about the NFL, but I also asked him about the England. I said, what did you make of the England performance? And he said, yeah, good first half. Like, we kind of went off the boil a bit, but comprehensive. England looked half decent. Saka was on the score sheet. Morgan Rogers was on the score sheet. You know, that was Morgan Rogers' first goal in like 22 games. Anyway, but I just thought I should put it out there. But what did it's boring, isn't it? It's boring. I think because Thomas Tuchel, and I like Thomas Tuchel, but I don't know, like, until we get to maybe next year when the World Cup's on the horizon and we're thinking, okay, we know who's in our group, blah, 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 blah. And I think the group draw is in December. So it's going to be soon. But I just can't be bothered.
Bro, it's like international football is about a feeling. And you can't put a finger on what that feeling is. But Gareth Southgate, it's togetherness. Yeah. But like, you feel it when you feel it. And we felt it, especially in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. The first 3 or 4 years, Gareth Southgate, we properly felt it.
Yeah.
At the moment, it feels like there's a bit of a disconnect, and there's multiple reasons for that. You look at the manager being German. I've said it so many times. It just can't run for me anyway.
No, I agree.
You look at what international football is, and it's not necessarily about the X's and O's. It's about the Jims and the Joes. It's about the people, about the personnel. And for some reason, there's not a connection to this England team. And there's a myriad of reasons. You think about, like, Cole Palmer hasn't really played much under Thomas Tuchel. Obviously, Jude Bellingham was injured and wasn't selected for the last squad. Obviously, Foden's not been there. People have been in and out, right? Harry Kane, I think he's injured at the moment. So he's not really been able to get his best 11 together. But nobody can deny that the feeling around this England team is very different to the feeling that Gareth Southgate cultivated. It feels like 2005, 2006, where we went into tournaments expecting we have to win the World Cup. That's the MO for Thomas Tuchel's contract expires at the end of the World Cup. I don't think we ever thrive in that role. We have no divine right to be front runners. We've never won the World Cup. We haven't won the World Cup since 1966. So I look at it, I hear Thomas Tuchel criticising the England fans, and I'm sensing discontent amongst England fans, also amongst the squad as well. I just think this is heading for disaster. And when you ask me about my feeling towards international football when it comes to England, I have no feeling. I don't care. I don't care. Until we get to the tournament next summer, which we'll hopefully be at, I don't care about how we're performing or if we beat Wales 3-0 in a random friendly. I just feel like I'm disconnected from this England team, which is a shame because Gareth Southgate made us feel very connected. We were singing Sweet Caroline. We were singing...
People were wearing waistcoats.
We were singing Phil Foden's on Fire when we were in Germany last year. Like, there was a feeling.
Oh, yeah, can't start a fire. Yeah,
man.
True, but I don't even know the original song, bro.
Yeah, it right now it just doesn't feel... I don't feel.
But I feel very feel. Do you think that's because I totally agree with you. I totally agree for your reasons, but I feel like we did kind of low-key feel this with Southgate as well in regards to just your mid-season international breaks. Like, Southgate and England were fun to watch, and the togetherness was there during the tournaments because it's a major tournament. Everyone just wants to put your England shirt on, and everyone put flags out. Or, well, people didn't put flags out, but people put flags out now.
Can't put flags out anymore.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But I just feel like, honestly, it's just these international breaks. I think international breaks are just boring. And I don't think that's just necessarily down to England or Thomas Tuchel. Because I remember us having this conversation under Southgate. Like, even though, like, when we got bounced out of the Europa League, Nations League, sorry, like, everyone was saying, oh, this is boring. When we lost to Iceland 4-0, we hated Southgate. Like, I'm not trying to say that.
Iceland 4-0, when? No.
England lost to Hungary. Sorry, Hungary. Well, no, we also lost to Iceland in the Euro 2016, but we lost to Hungary 4-0 at Wembley. But then
I'm Molyneux, bro.
Was that Molyneux?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I thought it was at
Let me
Wembley.
just get. Let me pull it up. I think it's a Molyneux. I think it might be 5. I think it might be 5-0. You know.
Nah.
England
Quick
versus
question,
Hungary.
Do you remember if last time were friendlies exciting?
Friendlies
Weren't they?
have never been it.
It was 4-0, but it was at Molyneux.
It was at Molyneux.
Yeah.
So I think just international breaks are insane, and I think that's why next year that they're gonna make, instead of having October, November, or September, October, November, they're just gonna do one, and it's just gonna be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do in the pod then, but that's next year's problem. I just don't know.
I don't feel it, bro.
Yeah, and I agree. I don't feel it either.
I don't feel it, and I've said it so many times. I love Thomas Tuchel, brother.
Do you think you'll feel it in the World Cup?
When we get bounced out in the quarterfinals by France, probably not.
Probably not.
Like, because he's been okay. This is my issue, and this I'd never want to slander a manager who won the Champions League for
Push the
Chelsea.
glasses, bro.
But like, yeah, shout out to my optician. He look like a poet. Thomas Tuchel is a great manager. At Chelsea, if I'm not including the Club World Cup, which was a different thing back then, and the Super Cup, he got to 4 major finals. He got to 2 FA Cup finals, a League Cup final, and a Champions League final. Of course, we all remember the Champions League final that he won against Man City in 2021. He lost the 3 other finals.
He did. To Liverpool, right?
To Liverpool, all of them. All on pens, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So now it comes to managing Chelsea or managing England, and I'm just not sure if he's the guy that guarantees us winning this major tournament. I don't think like he's such a cert when it comes to cup finals that we will win the World Cup. Getting us there, yeah, all well and good, but we've got to finals before and we've lost them. That's not our issue. Getting to finals is not the issue. Thomas Tuchel has shown both at club level that he can get to major finals. His issue's been losing them, bro, and he won the biggest one in the Champions League, so that's the one we cling on to. But apart from the Champions League on his resume, bro, before Thomas Tuchel came to Chelsea, his reputation was kind of in the mud. He blew up at Borussia Dortmund. He blew up at PSG. He came to Chelsea, and Chelsea fans were not having it. Bear in mind, we sacked Frank Lampard.
Yeah, I remember.
Nobody was having it. The media were like, why are you bringing in this guy who's so combustible? And obviously, he won the Champions League, so that's all forgotten about. But I don't know if it's a guarantee that because you brought in a very, very good club manager, you're going to win the international tournament. And I always hark back to the last 3 winners of the World Cup. Where's Joachim Löw right now? I don't know. Is Didier Deschamps going to get a top job when he finally leaves France? No. Is who is it? Who won the World Cup last time?
Scaloni.
Scaloni. Is Scaloni a world-class manager? No. What they have in common, they're from where they manage and they get what it means to not only be from that place, but to kind of cultivate a feeling amongst the group. And unfortunately, I don't know if Thomas Tuchel has got that. He's not shown that at club management. If anything, he's been a kind of divisive kind of manager. So I'm just unsure this is going to work. But people tell me that they think it is, and it doesn't matter that he's German. Fair enough, have at it. When we go out the quarterfinals of the World Cup, I'm telling you, this is going to feel way worse than it did under Southgate.
How do you feel about his comments that he made about the England fans, that they were quiet?
I just feel like you don't need to make that comment.
But what if it's true?
Bro, it's a midweek friendly against Wales at Wembley. Yeah. What kind of people do you think are turning up? When I was on my social media, people who turn up are influencers and families. It's not the same people going to Serbia away. Do you know what I mean? It's not them Don Betson.
I know Don Betson didn't go to that game.
Brother, like England fans, the ones who are banging the drums and making the noise and singing the chants, they ain't going to a midweek friendly against Wales.
Very true.
Like, and so the atmosphere is going to be subdued. Like, and the football you're putting forth is not necessarily the most thrilling football that's going to get fans off their feet. So, I don't know, off their seat, sorry. So I'm not too sure, man. I just have a bad feeling when it comes to England. And you can call me Debbie Downer, but let's see what happens next summer.
No, I agree. It gets to a stage, yeah, when with Thomas Tuchel, I just feel like the fans, yeah, if this was a World Cup qualifier, we needed that, or it was a big game. By all means, get onto us England fans and be like, oh, we need more from you. But 3-0 up within the first 20 minutes.
Game's done.
It's a friendly. The game's done. Like,
Yeah.
do you think people are going to be banging drums in the 60th minute? Like, it's what it is. But I can see both sides. I can see why he said it. I can see why he didn't say it.
With England, Steven Gerrard's done an interview with Rio Ferdinand. And
the egotistical losers.
egotistical losers. And it was a really, really good interview. Shout out to Rio for he's doing some really good interviews. The Michael Owen won everywhere. Steven Gerrard won everywhere. Like, he's doing well, like, especially since he left TNT, just doing his own thing. And we need more of that, right? Because these players feel way more comfortable talking to another, like, legend of the game.
Yeah,
so I think
someone who's done it and played with them. Like,
we've never heard Gerrard give, like, forthright comments like that. We've never heard Michael Owen speak like the way he was speaking. Never heard Wayne Rooney speak the way he was speaking. But when they're sitting next to Rio, who's done it and seen it and played with them, they're going to be more open. But the Gerrard one caused some noise, right? There was two things. The egotistical losers, and he was describing the England team from the golden generation and why they couldn't get along and why they couldn't win major trophies because they were egotistical losers, and it was all about camps. So you had the Liverpool camp, you had the Chelsea camp, you had the Man United camp, and they all kind of didn't get on when they were playing. But all like now they're all boys. And I kind of agree with what he was saying. And then the other thing he was saying is about how the game has changed and how he believes that himself, he wouldn't be the same midfielder he was back in his generation in this day and age because how football's changed. But he said Paul Scholes would be the best midfielder in the league and it wouldn't be close. No one would be able to get close to him.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting. But on the egotistical losers, do you think it's a sense, or do you think there's a element of that golden generation being a little bit overrated?
So I will never forget one of the first, when I first started working at TalkSport and on our Thursday show, Emil Heskey, who went to 06 and Euro 2004, right? And I asked him about the golden generation. And he was like, yeah, good players, but he said, we played France in Euro 2004. He said, look at France's team.
Yeah.
Like, look at other.
They went out to Portugal.
No, he went out to Portugal, yeah. But I'm saying, and we beat France, but he was saying like...
No, we lost to France 2-1.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we lost to France.
Gerrard.
It was Gerrard, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. But he said, I remember him saying, like, look at France's team, for example, and he named, like, the French players, and he was just saying, like, as good as we were, I think the golden generation was a hindsight thing.
100%.
It was, like... During Euro 2004 and World Cup 2006, and we've discussed this on the pod before, Euro 2004 was great because really burst onto the scene. 06 was okay, do you know what? It was the start of English Premier League teams dominating Europe. And it was the start of it. It wasn't like mid, it was the start because Istanbul happened and Arsenal got to a Champions League final. So even though, and that was just before the World Cup. In 2006. So even though that Liverpool team wasn't that great, and Arsenal's 06 team is, I'm not sure if Arsenal fans will call that one of their best teams ever. Yeah. But it's a hindsight thing. You then go to look back and think, Rio, Terry, they weren't, even though, okay, Terry came back and Ashley Cole came back from a couple Premier Leagues.
They're two-time Premier League. So let's go through the whole team. Paul Robinson, nothing. Left back, Ashley Cole
won.
He'd won
3 Premier Leagues.
No, he'd won
Invincibles.
No, one Invincibles. That was it. He joined Chelsea in 06.
Yeah. So he's joined 1. Yeah,
he had 1.
He won 1,
and he just off the back of reaching the Champions League final.
So 1 Premier League. John Terry's won
2 by then.
Rio's won 1.
Yeah, 1.
Yeah, and
wait, did he win? Did he win 0203 with you?
No, he didn't. He didn't win 0203 with us. He joined 0304.
Did he?
No, he joined in 2001. I'm bugging.
No, he joined 2002.
Yeah. Okay, so did he win 0203? I don't remember him winning 0203.
So he joined you in 2002. So he would have won 2, but he won the band.
But the band. You're so funny. You're so funny. I can't say. Can I say it? I don't know.
Go,
but I saw. On the group, so basically, like when we dump stuff on TalkSport, right?
Yeah.
And I won't say who, but someone spoke about Rio's drug ban. And obviously we had to dump it. And I man said he ran away from the test. And if I tell you, if you probably watch TalkSport and if you could do it, you'll probably guess. I'm not going to name the name.
Ran away from the test.
But he said he ran away from the test because this guy would never run away from the test. If he was on drugs, we would know. And I respect it.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy it's crazy that happened. But yeah, Rio had one. I've checked it now. He 0203.
0203 had one.
So Rio had one Premier League.
Gary Neville, okay,
Multiple
at the time,
and Champions League as well.
And Champions League as well.
Midfield.
Gerrard, none.
Gerrard no Premier League, but he had the Champions League,
had the
and off the
Champions
back of the Gerrard final FA Cup.
And okay, cool. So he's in his palm. Lamps 2. Beckham multiple. Who do we play left mid? Scholes.
Or yeah, Scholes or Joe Cole.
Joe Cole, and Joe Cole had
2.
And then we played Owen, who had
none,
and Rooney, who had none.
Yeah.
So
I guess, they went on to achieve amazing things
the thing
after
is,
06.
They've gone on to achieve way more amazing things after 06. But at the time, comparing that to the likes of France's 06 team, I won't say Spain, because Spain weren't that crazy, but Portugal had crazy players. Germany had crazy players. Like, we weren't. It's a hindsight thing, because we go back and think all these players had, like, Terry had 2 at the time. But we go back and think, in 06, how did we not win it when this is John Terry? Like,
5. Yeah.
This was kind of the start. Them man were young at the time.
Yeah.
So I think hindsight's a great thing when it comes.
But do you know why I think there's a bit of taste in your mouth? Because you look at 2014, right? And those Germany players were still at the start as well. They obviously went on to achieve way more afterwards. But Müller is not as decorated as Müller is right now.
Yeah.
But
2010 Müller burst onto the scene in 2010.
Yeah. So
that World Cup, they burst onto the scene in 2010.
Yeah.
So by the time in 2014, that's 4 years from that. They were ready to go, and they were just better than everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's
so off the back of that, then we should be ready to go in 2026.
So, well, this is why the FA have got a German nigga, right? Because we think we should be ready to go. We reached back-to-back Euros finals, can't get over the line. We reached World Cup semi-final, and we lost to France in the quarterfinals in a game we shouldn't have lost.
Okay, so let's go through let's go through the starting 11 of this team. So we did that with 2006. Let's just go basic starting 11. Let's not mess around with our preferences. Like what would it be?
Like
so
Pickford,
nothing. He's not one.
Yeah,
of them.
nothing.
Left back.
We don't know who it's going to be.
We've got no chance.
We've got no chance. You hear it now.
We've got no chance.
Exactly.
Right back, Reece James, if he's fit, he's got a Champions League. That's it.
Yeah.
But that's
centre back. Stones will
fit into that goal. Like Stones has got.
He's got the credentials to fit into that. The only people that have the credentials to fit into that golden generation is like Stones, maybe Bellingham, but Bellingham's not even reached this squad, and Harry Kane. And Harry Kane has only just started to win trophies now. Do you know what I mean? So like. It's all a hindsight thing with the golden generation, and I'm not trying to take away from what they achieved in their career.
Oh my days! These guys haven't won anything. So Stones has won Bears. Gurhey hasn't. He won an FA Cup last year. Fair. Midfield: Declan Rice.
These men haven't won
next to Adam Wharton.
The most accomplished English players right now
Jude Bellingham.
are Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane. You can even say
Stones.
Bukayo Saka, but Bukayo Saka's won an FA Cup and that's it.
Yeah.
Rashford. Rashford's got more trophies than a lot of these, man. And that's post Man United, by the way.
Yeah.
At least Rashford's got 2.
Oh, Phil Foden, if he comes back.
Phil
Foden.
But no, you go ask 10 English people right now and ask him, do they want Phil Foden to start for England? A lot of people won't say they will. So if Phil Foden's our most accomplished person because of what he's done at City, we're in trouble. And Rashford's got 2 FA Cups and a Carabao Cup and a Europa League. He's one of the most accomplished ones.
It's so crazy. So is there a question that has Man City's dominance of the Premier League over the last 8 years kind of been a negative thing in terms of these players haven't had opportunity, unless you've been at Man City?
I have thought about this, actually.
Because bear in mind, think about how people go to champion Bukayo Saka when he finally wins 1. Back in the day, you had to win 2 or 3 to be in that conversation of like, Saka has to win 1. Bear in mind, Mo Salah was getting called the greatest Premier League player of all time after he's got 2 now, but after 1. Virgil after 1.
Yeah.
And there's no Liverpool players in this team really. Trent's nowhere to be seen.
Well, that's not on them.
Henderson is accomplished.
Yeah. Will he be on the plane? Probably.
Yes, he will.
That's because
so that might make sense then. Why Tuchel's like, this is one of the only guys who's won stuff, and not just won stuff, captains.
Yeah.
The teams and stuff.
And so this is the thing. I feel like what you're trying to say there, and I agree, but I think that's down to football discourse, and I think that's because the football discourse has changed. Back in our day, you would have to do it multiple. You can't just be a one-off and be that guy. You'd have to do it multiple times. back in our day, goals and assists never existed. It was you scored
Goals.
goals, you got assists. And like I saw a thing the other day, it's like Bukayo Saka's now got 100 Premier League goal involvement.
I saw that one.
And that was from a actual...
Bro, I saw that one. I saw people saying that the reason why he took the penalty in that game is because maybe he knew that he was going to get to 100 GA. I said, we are losing a recipe, bro. Because like how... I get GA, right? I get it in modern metrics. We have to kind of include it. But that's not an achievement. First of all, 100 goal contributions. That's not a real achievement, bro.
Not a real achievement.
It's like you get goals or you get assists. Like you don't combine the two. Like no one's gonna say that. Oh, Gyökeres had a good. People might. He had a good season because he got 10 goals and 10 assists.
And this has only been a recent thing because I guarantee you, if I go, Di Maria's one season at Man United. If I add the GA, he scored a couple goals for us.
Yeah,
and I know he got like over 10 assists.
Yeah,
but he could have 15 GA,
bro. In 05-06. Drogba, bear in mind, Drogba 05-06 was not still Drogba yet. He was the lead assist. He got the most assists in the Premier League.
Yeah.
No, we did not care. The Playmaker Award didn't even exist then. It didn't even exist. Yeah, like, we didn't care. We're like, get out Shevchenko because this guy can't score goals. So the fact that we're bringing in assists, it's so...
We're losing receipts.
Bro, it's not... it is what it is. But yeah, with England... Gerrard might be right about them being egotistical losers back in those days, but I think we're inexperienced losers. Do you know what I mean? They might be egotistical back in that day, but like this day, because we're saying, oh, Lampard only had 2 and Terry only had 2. They like never.
If someone has 2 now, they're the greatest player ever, bro.
Bro, if they have 2 now, like imagine because I had 2, we'll be like, oh, he knows what it takes to win.
Yeah, well,
we're like, oh, John Terry only had 2 there because he went on to win 5. Like, that is,
and that's the issue.
That's the issue. Like Ashley Cole was an invincible. Where he only had 1 then. Ashley Cole's only won. He's not won that many Premier League titles, bro.
How many women with you? Like 2.
2.
Yeah, so he won 3.
No, did he win 2?
09-10.
09-10.
Yeah, he won that with you.
And then when else?
Oh, yeah, true. No, he's only won. Yeah, he's only
he might have been there 14-15, but I don't think he was playing much.
Was he there 14-15?
Oh, let me double check.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Actually, Cole in 2014 sounds crazy.
He's got 3.
2014, 2010.
What? When?
You said Ashley Cole?
Yeah, but when?
So 2 with Arsenal, 1 with Chelsea.
01-02, he got 1 as well. How much did he play? Oh, he played in 20. Yeah, played 29 games though.
Played 29 games in 01-02.
Yeah, because he went to the World Cup in 2002. So yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. No, Danny Mills did.
Yeah, but I actually got when I don't think he played. Let me check that.
I thought he was injured because that's why Danny Mills went. And Danny Mills played left.
Right. You might be right.
Yeah. Because I remember he was injured. He was injured because I remember playing ISIS Pro, and
no, he went.
He went. So why did? No offense to Danny. Like I like Danny, but Danny Mills played left back though.
Yeah, Danny Mills. Did he?
Yeah, he did, bro. I remember creating Danny Mills on ISIS Pro.
Well, you're saying he went. Yeah, he
was
went.
Probably in the squad then.
Yeah. But yeah, with England, what else is there to say about them, bro? Like, do you know what I mean? We're
not much, man.
Clutching at the straws. Like
egotistical losers. I did want to touch on Mbappe quickly.
What do you want to say about Mbappe, Tony?
Because Mbappe, France, obviously, in their World Cup qualifiers, he scored once again. He's now the captain of France. There was a stat where he's scored now, he's got a goal in his last 10 games for club and country. And what I think he's doing is ridiculous this season. I think he's been balling out this season. And I feel like he's a bit disrespected because this guy scored over 43 goals for Real Madrid last season in his first season at Real Madrid. He broke, and bear in mind, when Ronaldo jumped onto the scene in Real Madrid, he had a crazy goal record, right? He beat Ronaldo's first season record in Real Madrid, and the discourse around this guy was he's the reason PSG won the Champions League is because he wasn't there. And I think, there's like, what do you want this brother to do?
Timing's everything, Tony. No. Timing's everything. Okay, I completely agree with you.
Like, it's mad.
I agree with you. I actually fundamentally, in my core, agree with you. But I can also understand if someone wants to have a really rudimentary, basic argument saying, so that nigga was at PSG for that long, they couldn't win the Champions League. He leaves, they win the Champions League.
Granted.
Real Madrid won the Champions League the year before he joins, and everyone's saying the most stacked team of all time, and they don't win the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I can understand why people are just like...
Yeah, no, I can understand. But then we just have to be adults about this and then use your eyes and then think, is this guy really the reason? as to why they didn't win the league.
Well, is
or the
Erling
Champions
Haaland
League.
really the reason why Man City finally won the Champions League? We don't know. He didn't score in the final. He didn't score in the semi-final. But when he joined, they won. Then that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
But like,
that's all
what
that
do you
matters.
want this brother- But we said last season this was a bad season for him. He scored 43 goals, bro.
Because for
That's one of his best seasons goal
but
scoring.
for the great niggas, bro. For the great niggas.
That's not a bad season for a great nigga.
For the great niggas, bro. Goals in seasons where you don't win trophies are empty calories. They're empty calories.
They didn't win it in the league,
But if you are great, like at the end of the season, you need the goals and the hardware. The goals ain't enough, bro. Like Messi and Ronaldo aren't just winning the Ballon d'Ors because of goals. They're winning it because they're winning World Cups and Euros and Champions Leagues. And for, bro, anyone who says Mbappe is not the most talented player of his generation, they're capping. He is. We've seen him score a hat-trick in the World Cup final. But you need the hardware to go with it. And the great ones, when they score loads of goals, but the team don't win trophies, that's not enough, bro. That's Harry Kane. That empty calories. That's what that is. No disrespect to Harry Kane, but like when you
This was his first empty calorie season.
with killing Mbappe, really and truly, yeah, we can talk about the trophies in France, but do we care about them if you don't win the Champions League to go along with it?
No.
We don't care.
No one cares about the trophy de champion.
Bro, is Ousmane Dembele winning a... Brother, this is crazy discourse, right? If I told you after the 2022 World Cup final where Ousmane Dembele is getting hooked at half-time and Mbappe scored a hat-trick in that in 3 years' time, one of these guys are going to win a Ballon d'Or and Champions League and the other one's not. You'd be like,
Yeah.
you'll be like, how's that happened?
Yeah.
And so if you're killing Mbappe and you're now 26, 27 and you haven't got a Champions League and you haven't got a Ballon d'Or, but we saw you burst on the scene when you're 17 and we're now 10 years deep, I can understand why people are just like, we're waiting for it to happen. Because we don't just want you to get one. We were thinking you were going to get 3, 4. We thought that's
But
what that
this is-
was.
but this is the
You ain't
thing,
got one. You ain't got a Champions League either. How?
I think he'll get a Champions League eventually. But I think...
But one is not enough, Toby.
Yeah, one is not enough.
One is not enough. We're talking about...
Why? It's Ronaldo and Messi. They ruined the Ballon d'Or because we didn't care about Ballon d'Ors back then.
No.
We did not, bro. When Ronaldo won it in 08, right?
Yeah.
We didn't care.
Yeah.
It was just he won.
Well, we did.
No, he won World Player of the Year. He didn't win the Ballon d'Or. It wasn't called Ballon d'Or in 2008.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, he won Ballon d'Or.
You sure?
Yeah, he was Ballon d'Or. It was Ballon d'Or.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or, 100%.
Was it called Ballon d'Or in 2008?
Yeah, 100%.
So when did we start calling it Ballon d'Or?
So the Ballon d'Or and the World Player of the Year were two separate awards, and then they mashed them together.
Yeah, then they meshed them together.
I can't remember when they mashed them together. But Ronaldo definitely won the Ballon d'Or. Definitely.
I'm not sure, man.
You know where he definitely won Ballon d'Or. He definitely did.
Because I remember because Cannavaro won it in 06, and I don't remember Cannavaro winning the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I
Kaka
think-
won it in 07. I remember Kaka winning World Player of the Year.
And Ballon d'Or.
Or was it Ballon d'Or?
Ballon d'Or, yeah.
Could you just Google when did we start calling it the Ballon d'Or?
So it's always been called the Ballon d'Or.
2008.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out was it always called Ballon d'Or.
But I digress. You know what's so crazy? I was with my boy the other day, and he found a chat from our group chat back in uni in 2017, and the argument was who's the better player at the moment, Martial or Ousmane Dembele?
Crazy.
No, 2017.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's crazy. Not crazy take. It's crazy where Martial is and where Dembele is.
Exactly. And do you want to know what I said?
What?
I said, listen, it was me and Paul actually. I said, Martial's better at the moment because we've seen more of Martial. I'm guessing this was 2017. This was post his first season, his crazy season that he had at United.
Yeah, 16, 17 he joined.
Yeah, exactly. So, he joined 15, 16.
Did he? Nah, 16, 17.
15, 16 he joined.
Did he?
Yeah, my
There's a lot of Googling in this one. Let's
Yeah,
check.
no, I know 100%. Because 16, 17 was when Zlatan joined and we moved and we took his number off him. His first season was what's it called?
yeah.
LVG.
Yeah, it was
my
LVG,
first year of
yeah.
uni. And so he had that season and I'm like, yo, like Martial's that
Got
guy.
11 league goals.
Yeah. But those league goals felt something. And he was like 19 at the time.
Yeah.
So I said Martial is better at the moment, but I said Ousmane Dembele has more potential. But that's because he was both footed and I thought it was crazy. And yeah, lo and behold, I was right. But it's crazy that Martial was just in the middle of like Monterrey,
Bro.
nowhere, and Ousmane Dembele
But then that's the crazy thing, right? Because like right now we're looking at Ousmane Dembele being like, you were, of course PSG were stacked, but you were the primary reason why your team won the Champions League and you've got a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he's going down in history.
He's going down in history. Yeah. I'm not saying that these things matter, but if you're killing Mbappe, yeah, and we are talking, when we talk about the all-time greats, obviously Messi, Ronaldo, you put in Pele, Maradona, and Zidane, or whoever is your fifth pick. But like Mbappe's supposed to be in those conversations. And you haven't won the Champions League at this stage of your career. Of course, the player can't win it by himself. But the reason why I herald Jude so much, and I will defend Jude to death, is that Jude Bellingham came into Real Madrid when they weren't really fancied to win the Champions League. Bear in mind, like, Benzema's not there anymore. They haven't really got a striker. Hosselu's playing up top sometimes. His first season, bro, wins an El Clasico. Assists galore, screamers, and wins the Champions League and gets assists in the final. That's impact. If Kylian Mbappe had come in and say he hadn't given us crazy numbers, say Kylian Mbappe had given us the same numbers as Jude Bellingham, but the same moments as Jude Bellingham, he's won the Ballon d'Or that year.
Yeah.
So the numbers don't really matter to me, bro. But like Mbappe could score 60 goals in a season. If you don't win nothing.
But that's just not down to him though. Like,
bro, when Messi,
you're right.
When Messi and Ronaldo didn't win Champions Leagues, that weren't all down to them. But it's like your quarterback. If you're that player, you're the quarterback, and if you win or you lose, it's on you, bro. Yeah. It's on you. Yeah. And Mbappe felt that, right? It's not Mbappe's fault that they didn't win the World Cup final in 2022. But he's the face of it. Even though he scored a hat-trick, he's the face of it. Yeah. No one really cared that Dembele got substituted at half-time or that France were ass for the first half. It was like, Mbappe just so close, but it couldn't get over the line. Unfortunately, heavy is the head, my guy.
Yeah,
heavy is the head, my guy. Yeah. Like, it's not fair, Tony.
It's not fair.
It's like how we critique LeBron. It's like, I can point to LeBron's final, when I'm trying to make the MJ debate over LeBron, I can point to final losses, but I saw 2015 and I saw 2016, or I saw 2017 and 2018, where it was stacked against him. But still, when you're one of the greats, bro,
you just gotta figure it out. Figure it out. Yeah, it's crazy. It's annoying, but unfortunately, that's just what it is.
Do you want to call someone out? What did Cam say?
Well, I don't want to call him out, but like I just saw it recently because people were calling him out, saying that he said that Shirky's more talented than Kylian Mbappe, which I want to see. I kind of get where he's coming from because I feel like Shirky can maneuver a ball more than Kylian Mbappe, but I think we disregard Kylian Mbappe's talent. Yeah, because I think we forget the kid we saw in Monaco, and then he just kind of changed his game to just doing. Kylian Mbappe is a great footballer. Excuse me, but he does everything. It's like Henry. There was footballers better than Henry, but Henry done great footballing, world-class footballing actions faster than everyone else. Yeah. And Mbappe's like that too. Yeah. So it makes him one of the best players. Like if I could do something as good as you but faster than you, I'm better than you. Yeah,
because some people could say, and again, some Arsenal fans would say this, they would say that Dennis Bergkamp is more talented than Thierry Henry. But I would disagree. And it's a way that we categorize talent in this country. And it's very different how Americans do it. When Americans talk about talent, they talk about size and speed because you cannot teach
athleticism,
that. Athleticism. So they say, when you can, for example, Zion Williamson, incredibly talented. The way that we view talent is almost different to that. We'll say like Berbatov is super talented because he hasn't got the size and speed, but he's just got the ability to kind of maneuver the ball. Yeah. But in America, it's viewed totally different. It's like talent is your physicality, like God-given things that you cannot teach. But in England, talent is like your maneuverability on the ball and how technical you are. Like in America, they would call Steph Curry obviously talented, but they wouldn't say he's as talented as LeBron. Their definition of talent is very different.
True. Yeah.
And so I get what he's saying in terms of Shirky, eye test, maneuverability in terms of ball at your feet, what you can do to manipulate the ball. I get that. But there's no way that Shirky's more talented than Kylian Mbappe. Not a chance. Yeah. Shirky could never dream of running as fast as Kylian Mbappe. Shirky could never dream of being as strong as Kylian Mbappe or striking the ball as hard and as true as Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, Shirky might be able to do more kick-ups and more step-overs, but when it comes to applying your skill set in a football match, he ain't more talented than Kylian Mbappe. Because it's like saying, because this is where we get lost in the weeds a little bit, because it's like Shirky, what does talent really mean? Yeah, Shirky might be more talented by that definition than Erling Haaland. Does that mean anything? It doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Because when we talk about pantheon of footballing greats, Shirky will be down here and Haaland will be up there.
You're totally right with the athleticism thing, because this is why we don't think Erling Haaland's talented.
This country, we don't think he's talented.
And he's just playing bully ball right now. Like, he's top goal scorer in the Premier League and he's playing bully ball, but no one's going to call that talent in this country because we don't think athleticism's regarded as talented.
Nah.
This is why people didn't call Pogba.
Bro, like when talent in America is like when you go to combine and you're jumping up the gym and you're running a 40-yard dash, like you're just the quickest and the strongest. In this country or in Europe, talent is different.
Is that why people don't think Jude Bellingham's talented?
Yeah. And for me, I'm like, but he's bigger than everyone, stronger than everyone, and he's great with the ball at his feet. Give me somebody who's bigger and stronger, and maybe in terms of ability with ball at feet, tiny little bit worse. Give me that.
Even if it's not a tiny. Even if it's a tiny bit worse,
Yeah.
if they're just as good as the other people, but they're bigger and stronger, they're a better player.
They're a better player. They're just a better player.
But we don't see that as
We don't
talent.
see it as talent, and that's why Paul Pogba kills me because he was bigger, stronger, and as good, no, better than everybody with the ball at his feet. That's why he, in my opinion, should have been the greatest of all time. He had everything. If you're making a footballer in a lab, you make Paul Pogba. You like, I get it's an interesting conversation with the Shirky Mbappe thing, but no way, Mbappe's way more talented. Mbappe can just do more.
I can do it faster.
I can do it faster. Doing it at speed is everything, especially if you're in the final third. But it's an interesting conversation. I don't necessarily disagree with what Cam's saying, but I kind of disagree.
I don't disagree, but I disagree.
I disagree.
No, it is what it is. Should we get on to some NFL? Because we were talking about some quarterback.
Just about you and American football, bro. You've had a good week.
Yeah, I had decent. I've had a half decent week. I went to the Broncos training camp. As I mentioned earlier, I spoke to my head coach Sean Payton. We beat the Jets yesterday in a really boring game, and it's weird.
Speak about that game.
Well,
did you go to that game?
No, I didn't in the end. But I'll tell you why. But
it's good you didn't. One of the worst, worst offensive games I've ever seen.
I'm so glad I didn't go. And it's funny that one of my questions, if you want to make this a clip, Zach, one of my questions to Sean Payton was, when we beat the Eagles on the road, is that we didn't do anything until the fourth quarter, but then we established ourselves with the run game with J.K. Dobbins, and then we started using Evan Ingram more and tight end production because that's something we needed. And so I said, like, well, I asked Sean Payton that, and I said, would you, like, is that something you're trying to implement? Like, because our offense hasn't been rolling the way we've wanted it to, and the one thing that Denver have not done well in the past few years in comparison to other sides of the ball, like defense has been good, red zone defense and everything, but we've not really ran the ball well. Prior to the season, we've not really ran the ball well, and we barely use our tight ends. So hence why we got Evan Ingram and picked up J.K. Dobbins in the offseason. And they've come in and they've been a revelation. But yeah, like offensively, we just looked ass yesterday. And we've been looking ass for I don't want to say we were looking ass, but it's got to get better. It has got to get better. And I was just looking, I was just watching it, and I was just thinking, like, I know we're not going to win this game because our defense, we have the best defense in the league. We have the best pass rush duo in the league. Jonathan Cooper hooped that yesterday.
Best defense in the league? Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And Nick Benito is still on pace to beat the sacks record at the moment. Like, if he does that, we can have another defensive player of the year, and that's back-to-back defensive players of the year in the team who have all been paid recently. Like, they're organizational-wise, our defense is sorted. So if you have and this is the thing, if you have a good defense, you can set yourself up in any type of American football game because you get a chance to get back on the field. But I just need more. And
is this looking like 2015 to you? Obviously, 2015, you had Peyton, the shadow of Peyton Manning.
I was in,
and you relied on your defense. Because this defense is a championship-winning defense, right?
Yeah.
But the offense, and I can't lie, I know Bo Nix might be your guy. There's been regression. Like, there has just been regression. Like, he is.
I don't think necessarily on Bo, but so Broncos fans have been annoyed. So it's kind of debate. Some are in on Bo, some are out. But a lot of it has been the play calling. Like yesterday's game, the play calling was not great, and people low key thinking, should we make Davis Webb our quarterback coach, our play caller? But I still think we should be okay because when we were on the road to the Eagles, we won that game in the fourth quarter. Like, we played rubbish the third quarters, but the fourth quarter when we started rolling, I made those plays and went for two. No one was getting onto Sean Payton. So and I know Sean Payton is a very, very, very knowledgeable guy. Like, and just speaking to him in the little presser. It wasn't even a presser, but
scrum.
Like a little scrum that he done, and just hearing him talk about it because in the last NFL game there was a kick that hit the camera, and you can challenge for that. And like, not many people even knew that rule. Do you know what I mean? You can just tell there's just knowledge, and this guy's been around the game for decades. But it does remind me of the 2015 team because it was defense Our defense was way better than our offense,
Yeah.
but we still had Peyton Manning at the time.
It wasn't the same.
But exactly, so that's my point. So
This Bo Nix might be better than that Peyton Manning.
probably,
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not worried, because I've seen both sides of the Denver Broncos where we had the best offense in the league, and no one has beaten that Peyton Manning touchdown record. No one has beaten that.
2013.
Yeah, no one has beaten that offense. That's probably one of the best offenses we've ever seen in the NFL. Peyton Manning was moving crazy that season, but we all saw what happened in the Super Bowl. So I would rather like build the way we're building now, but we've just got to keep rolling. And the fact that we got the win, I'm happy. And it's year 2 with Bo. Like people have got some film in him now. Like there might be some things, but Bo didn't necessarily have he went for 100-something yards, scored a touchdown. Like it wasn't the greatest of games, but because of the win, you're just going to look at the stat sheet. You're not going to really care about that stat sheet if you win. If you lose, then you look at that stat sheet and think, that's not great. But there are some things we need to work on. But this is the thing. This is what I was going to ask you. It's week 6 now, so we're a third into the year, a third into the regular season. Who's been like the one team or who's been the teams that have stood out for you? Because if you say that a third into the year, the Ravens look at the playoff picture, the Kansas City Chiefs have not looked great. There's not many teams in the AFC right now that are looking good. The Colts are like one of the best teams in the AFC. Like, who would you say right now is like the one team that you're thinking that could go all the way?
It's super sneaky. Maybe it's because of the game I was covering last night. Seattle could actually be 5-0 right now. 6-0 right now. They're currently 4-2. They lost the first game of the season against the Niners in kind of shaky fashion. This game that was dominated by defense, but if they could have that game back, they'd win that game against the Niners, the first game of the season. And the other game they lost was against Tampa Bay last weekend, which was a shootout, and Sam Darnold threw a couple of picks late. But I just saw them. I was like, defense is super aggressive. They roughed up Jacksonville. Defense super aggressive. Sam Darnold last year was not a fluke. And it just gives you one of these seasons where it's like, no one's been amazing. Like, think about the defending champions in Philly. Like, that's shaky ground right now at Philly. Like, it reminds me of Liverpool. Like, it's just like, okay, cool. You finally lost the game and now things don't seem as great as they were. Kansas City...
And then losing to the Giants on Thursday Night Football as well.
Lost against the Giants, and that was eye-opening against a divisional rival. Watch Kansas City last night, and there is a reason why, and I wrote them off earlier in the season. You said to me, you can't ever write them off. Detroit were rolling. And bear in mind, it wasn't Kansas City, so again, Kansas were favourites going into that game. But Pat Mahomes is trusting his O-line again. He's getting more time to throw. He's running a lot more than he previously has done.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's heating up. And the defense has been the best part of that team for the last couple of years. And I just say to myself, you just can't rule out Kansas City, bro. Like, they just beat Detroit, who everyone was saying was the best team in the league. And they beat Detroit and no one was really surprised. And like, that's championship metal. And so, okay, cool, they're 3-3 right now. Probably expect them to go on a run. They've got a gauntlet of tough matches coming up. But I would say NFC, who's my team in the NFC? I said Green Bay at the beginning of the season.
Well, didn't Green Bay lose?
Did they lose or did they have a bye?
Hold on.
Green Bay this weekend.
I feel
I feel like they had a bye. Oh no, they beat the Bengals.
Oh, no, they
Beat Bengals yesterday.
Oh yeah, Joe Flacco played for the Bengals.
3-1-1, 'cause they had that weird
That tie
Against
with
us.
the Cowboys, yeah.
Don't talk about Cowboys. Yeah, so I'll still stick with Green Bay in the NFC.
Tampa Bay, off air, you said that Baker Mayfield's looking like the MVP right now.
Yeah, he is.
He is looking like the MVP right now. He is looking like the MVP right now. And to be fair, when Mike Evans comes back and Godwin gets his legs back under him, they're a serious team. I just don't know how sustainable it is. Do you know what I mean? I don't believe in it fully.
This is
there's something in my core. It's like, if they come up against like a serious
But Baker's won in the playoffs. He's won on the road.
Yeah, bro.
In the playoffs.
He's got his quarterback rating in the playoffs is like one of the highest in history. Like, Baker is clutch. Like, I can't deny it. But there's a flimsy feeling I've got when it comes to them, where like earlier in the season their wins were against not great teams, and then they make life hard for themselves. They beat the Niners last night, but
Something's missing.
there is just something. Do you know what I mean, Zach?
Yeah.
Like, there's something that I just can't. I ain't putting my house on it. I'll tell you that for a fact. They could run the table to the end of the season. It's the same feeling that I had when it come to Detroit. I know Detroit had loads of injuries last season. And I still have that feeling about Detroit. Great, right? Detroit offensively so creative. Dan Campbell's fostered a great feeling there. Jared Goff's the top quarterback. I ain't putting my money on it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I ain't putting my money on that. I can't fully buy in.
No, I agree with you. Like, I feel like Baker's been very underrated for his time at Tampa Bay. I feel like he's always been one of the best. If you think of the top 5 quarterbacks, like I would low key put him. You know how Nick Wright had the Mahomes Mountain?
Yeah.
Like obviously, like my top quarterbacks are Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar.
Yeah.
Not Joe Flacco.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Still?
If he's fit.
Yeah.
Because he's now injury prone. But Baker would be out of the people outside looking in. Baker's the next one that I think could
Over Jalen Hurts.
So
let's do this. Top 5. Let's rank them as well. Rank the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Disregarding injuries. Injuries don't matter.
Disregarding injuries.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Patrick Mahomes.
Number 2.
Lamar Jackson.
Number 3.
Joe Burrow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always having Joe Burrow over Josh Allen.
No.
Always.
No.
Always having Joe Burrow.
No.
I've seen one get to a Super Bowl and that's it. Until Josh Allen gets to a Super Bowl.
What was your one?
My one's Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, 2,
Lamar Jackson.
3,
Joe Burrow.
4,
Josh Allen.
and 5.
This is the issue. For me right now, it's Baker or Jalen Hurts.
I think it's crazy that you got Josh Allen number 4.
Yeah, people think that, but for me, Josh Allen, Allen's cool. I liked his wife's role in Sinners, but the thing is, out of all those guys, I can't put Josh Allen above Joe Burrow because I've seen Joe Burrow get to a Super Bowl.
Oh, brother, like we've got to a point now where because the AFC is the Patrick Mahomes Invitational, the AFC Championship. When the nigga beats Patrick Mahomes, we give him the
bro.
Nah, man.
And to be the man, brother, I'm gonna quote Ric Flair: to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
And then to quote KWEKU'S, the best ability is availability. That nigga's always hurt, bro.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, Josh Allen doesn't miss games. He's always there. Like, Josh Allen in his prime doesn't miss the playoffs. Joe Burrow's missed the playoffs a few times, bro. Like, he made the Super Bowl, but he's like, brother, imagine any other.
He's missed the playoffs because he's been injured. He's never missed the playoffs.
Last season was an injury.
Yeah. You got injured last season.
Yeah, he did get injured last season, but he still missed the playoffs though, bro. With Lamar Jackson, think Lamar Jackson missed the playoffs this year?
They could.
But is he going to make it?
Is
he going to make it?
This is the thing.
He's going to make it. If Lamar comes in next week, he's making it.
But what we got to remember, and this is not me defending. Okay, this is me defending Joe Burrow.
It is.
When Joe Burrow was injured and he had to run the table, they did run the table.
Didn't make the playoffs.
And the reason they didn't make the playoffs because they were losing games when he wasn't fit. No. And no. And at the beginning of the season
as well, they always go down 0-2, and he was playing.
But you could see that they were losing games like 37-39, and he was doing his job. It was the defense, and we all know that Bengals defense is ass. The Bills defense is not ass. The Bills have
Bills defense is not ass, bro. But like, I think
if you put Joe Burrow in Josh Allen's situation,
he gets hurt.
No, okay, yeah.
Because Josh Allen runs the ball all the time.
Yeah, but
that's a big part of it.
Okay, but I know it's so hard to say, and we did.
If you put Josh Allen in Joe Burrow's situation, they're making the playoffs every single time because he's playing all the time. And he's throwing to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Yes, yeah, man. Like, if you gave Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, what do you think's happening? He's throwing for like 5,000 yards, bro. He's giving you like 45 touchdowns and 15 picks. That's what he's doing, but it's a light show.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but that's why you like him though. But Joe Burrow was putting up MVP. But I heard Burrow had better numbers than Josh Allen last season.
Yeah, he did.
He had better quarterback numbers than Josh.
He did, but he just
like. I'm sorry. Listen, I will happily change this as soon as Josh Allen makes the Super Bowl. Just go beat Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, so when the white, okay,
just do it once. Because Joe Burrow done it, and he done it in the second.
Okay,
season.
cool. I understand that, and then I know the reason I'm going to give you right now, but it's definitely a color thing. Why is Lamar ahead of Josh Allen when they met in the playoffs and Josh Allen beat him?
Because
Lamar's got two MVPs. Bollocks, mate. Bollocks. Yeah, but like, nah, man, nah. Like, if you're being honest, and bro,
no, because I know
every black person's second team is
yeah,
Baltimore
but if you
Ravens.
put Lamar at the Bills, if you put Lamar at the Bills, I think they go further.
until this year, bro, Baltimore had an elite defense. So I don't know.
They had.
I don't know.
They had a good defense. I wouldn't say elite. They had a good defense, but Lamar Jackson has not been thrown to many good receivers.
And neither's Josh Allen.
Nah, he had Stephon Diggs for it.
Yeah, hadn't had Stephon Diggs for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, I know.
And he's had his best seasons where he's not thrown picks.
What, 3?
When Stephon Diggs go to he went to Patriots, right?
Yeah.
So
and where was he before the Patriots?
Houston. So he left Buffalo in 2023. So this is his first. This is his first season without him.
So like,
and he's had his 2 best seasons as a in terms of being MVP candidates the last 2 years without Stephon Diggs, without a number 1 receiver, brother. Like the thing is, I was also shamelessly I put Lamar over Josh. But if I'm being honest with myself, I'm why?
Why? Why? Well, that's preference. Yeah,
it's a race war.
Yeah, and you're watching RNS. So what do you expect?
Yeah,
so
bro.
like,
I'm here. Like me and Gabriel did the show on TalkSport yesterday, and he's just like, bro, if it wasn't for the Jags, like Baltimore would be our team. It's hard to see them lose like this. I said, everybody's all our teams, bro, because we need to see.
You want to see black people doing well. There's nothing. I can admit that, but I just prefer Lamar anyway. And he's a 2-time MVP. It's number 5 is the issue for me.
Okay, so let me get you. Mahomes,
Lamar, Burrow, Josh Allen,
Baker.
It's either Baker or Hurts. Now my eye test tells me Baker. I've liked Baker. He never should have left Cleveland. He kind of revived that franchise, but Cleveland's going to Cleveland. But Jalen Hurts, and this is the thing. If you use your eye test and watch Jalen Hurts, you think this guy isn't even a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, of course.
However, wins are a quarterback stat. And he's got a lot of wins. I think he's regular season, he's got probably the most out of the people I've just named in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And his best, and don't get twisted, for someone who we don't rate in the regular season, normally they don't play well in the playoffs. But his best games have come both in a Super Bowl. Not many people can do that.
Not many people get into Super Bowls.
Exactly, let alone have your best games in the Super Bowl. Because even the first one where he lost, he balled.
He arguably outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly, and the second one, he balled. So if he has that resume and you're putting that in front of me, how can I not put him in a top 5?
You can't. If you're sitting here and you're putting Joe Burrow above Josh Allen because he made a Super Bowl, you can't sit here and put Baker Mayfield over Jalen Hurts.
Okay, but I don't want to put Jalen Hurts over Baker Mayfield. But I've just given you like.
So Jalen Hurts is over Baker Mayfield. Has to be.
No,
has to be.
I guess, but putting Jalen Hurts as a top 5 QB is insane to me.
Bro, we live in the Patrick Mahomes era. How many active like top class QBs have got rings? Patrick Mahomes. How many QBs in their prime have got rings? Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, who else?
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? He has to be. He has to be, bro. Because the other people who've got rings are Matthew Stafford. You could put Stafford in there. I could actually argue Stafford could go in there.
In top 5.
Yeah, over Jalen Hurts. I could actually argue that. But I couldn't argue that Baker Mayfield goes over Jalen Hurts.
No, okay, I'm not gonna. But I feel like Baker Mayfield's the next one up out of the top 5 looking in. But it's just hard, bro. It's just hard because you watch Jalen Hurts and Jalen Hurts does enough to win.
Yeah.
And wins are a quarterback stat. So
yeah.
Yeah. You know what, Jalen Hurts.
What's the heaviest stat for a QB? Completion, touchdowns, Super Bowl wins.
Good question. The biggest QB stat.
Yeah, what's the biggest QB stat?
Well, it depends.
QBR?
QBR, but not everyone uses QBR.
Not everyone uses QBR.
I'd say for a quarterback, depends on what tier you're at. If you're at the elite of the elite, it's Super Bowls. That's what you're ranking. Like Patrick Mahomes, no one cares about really the regular season if he's winning Super Bowls. If you're elite Super Bowls, like when it got to end of Peyton's career, it's just like we didn't care that he was ass in that season he won Super Bowl. He's just got another ring.
Exactly.
And then the tier below that,
I just think it's Super Bowls, bro. Because
you reckon?
Yeah, because Eli Manning's record throughout his whole career is at 500. He won as many games as he lost. But he's going to the Hall of... And if you're a quarterback that has a 500 win rate,
yeah,
you should not touch the NFL Hall of Fame. But I know for a fact he's going to get that gold jacket because when it comes down to it, he beat the GOAT twice.
Yeah.
So
and the thing is,
Super Bowls.
Matthew Stafford's going to the Hall of Fame,
and because he
won a Super Bowl.
He was never going. He was never going to go if he didn't win at Detroit. Like you threw to Megatron, I can get yards if I'm throwing to Megatron. Okay, that's no disrespect to Matthew Stafford.
Okay, question off the back of this.
It's Super Bowl.
See, NFL is way more exciting to talk about than football during international break. International break sucks, man. Like, that England topic, I was struggling. I've got nothing to say.
We'll talk about egotistical losers. I was bringing up Heskey stories, bro.
I got nothing to say.
I hope Carol don't see that, bro.
My top 5.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do top 5 right now, and I'll come on to my point. Top 5: Patrick Mahomes, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, Josh Allen, number 2. Brother,
is it just because of this playoff?
It's just because like I'm just watching it, and I'm just like, bro, nah, fuck it, is this RNS? Lamar number 2.
When they played in the regular season, they didn't lose because of Lamar.
Yeah, I know. But they still lost.
Yeah, they still lost. But that's on John Harbaugh, bro.
That's on John Harbaugh, which you have to have a conversation about because he should be on the hot seat. This should be his last. If this even goes as bad as it's going, he should be gone. Yeah. Because like you got a generational quarterback. Talent-wise, Lamar could be top 10 quarterback of all time.
Well, so this is the thing. The Ravens are what? They just lost again, right?
Yeah, 1-5.
They're 1-5, bro.
Are they 1-5?
I think they're 1-5, bro.
That's so crazy.
And I think this is just a testament to how good Lamar is because maybe this team is not as good as we think.
No, of course, bro. Of course. Like it's
Derrick Henry's still there.
Yeah, of course. Like, but yeah, Lamar is one of the most talented quarterbacks we have ever seen. Like, Lamar.
So, do you think if Josh Allen gets injured, do the Bills still make the playoffs?
Nah, no way.
See, I disagree. I think the Bills have a talent.
No way. I don't even know who the Bills' backup quarterback is because we don't need to know because he plays every game. Josh Allen, we don't need to know who the Bills' bro. Josh Allen is always there. Okay, it's RNF, so I'm doing Lamar. But if I'm being honest with myself, it's Allen. So number 1, Mahomes. Then number 2, Lamar. Then number 3, Josh Allen. Number 4.
It's got to be Joe Burrow.
I'm taking Stafford over Joe Burrow
because he's got a ring.
But why would you take what would make you take Joe Burrow over Matthew Stafford?
Eye test.
The eye test, like Stafford passes that, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying Matthew Stafford doesn't pass the eye test. I'm saying that Joe Burrow on the eye is a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford, and
like.
Which is, it sounds crazy to say.
I'm going Stafford. I'm going Stafford 4.
No, and then Matthew Stafford in 2025 is a top 5 quarterback.
Do we still think the Rams have got a chance of going deep in the playoffs? Yeah.
That's because of the NFC.
That's because of Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. If you put Baker Mayfield on the Rams,
they probably could win a Super Bowl, bro. They're going to a Super Bowl, I think.
I'm just taking Stafford over Burrow.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So Stafford number 4, and then I'm putting Jalen Hurts number 5, and Joe Burrow number 6. I don't see him play enough, bro. Yeah. I don't see him play enough, and I'm just if in my mind, if you gave any other of those top 5 that I named his receiving core, the numbers are going to be similar, if not better. The numbers are that throwing to those two is a joke.
So do you feel like that's so? Why are we using that against him?
No, I'm not using it against him. I'm just looking at what the others are throwing to. I'm just looking at like the fact that the others actually play. Lamar does get injured quite a bit, but
so out of all of those people, Lamar has thrown to the less Pro Bowl or Pro receivers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Bro, his first Pro Bowl receiver was Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
And Zay Flowers just about made a Pro Bowl.
Yeah, Lamar's thrown to he hasn't thrown to as many top
He's
receivers.
thrown to Rashad Bateman.
And Hollywood Brown back in the day.
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
And Hollywood Brown's not even there anymore.
No, he's at Kansas. Okay, so that's my top 5. Question, because we talked about Eli Manning and we talked about Hall of Fame. And I saw a clip with Richard Sherman and Tony Gonzalez. And they were talking about Russell Wilson. And they were saying, and bro, it's so weird, right? Because I get Richard Sherman, he might have a bit of beef with Russell Wilson. But Tony Gonzalez, who normally doesn't have a bad word to say about anybody, goes, no, it doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, brother, what's your beef?
What's your beef with?
And my thing with Russell Wilson is
49ers?
but no, don't go that deep. Do you know what I mean? Like, Russell Wilson is the most polarizing NFL player who's actively playing right now. People don't like Russ. Bear in mind when he got married to Sierra, none of his teammates went to his wedding. That's insane. Yeah. That's like, can you imagine you got married and none of
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember like when Beckham got married, there was this, only I think Keane didn't go to the wedding.
Yeah, everyone else went.
That was
bro.
crazy, but everyone else went.
So, like, what is it of Russell Wilson? And do you think the fact that he's unlikable right now hurts his Hall of Fame claim? Because this is a guy that's won a Super Bowl and got to another one. But right now, the way that people are talking, it doesn't sound like he gets into the Hall of Fame.
This is the thing. It's like, I don't want to call it Celtic Shack because it's not. But do you know when people towards the end of their career are starting to just do stuff which is just like, we're going to remember this stuff, which is going to be a detriment to your career. It's crazy. People started to hate Russ when he came to Denver.
Yeah.
Because they thought the Broncos, they thought the Broncos country was corny. Excuse me. They just decided to.
That's when the Let Russ Cook thing started.
Yeah, and they just think he's corny, and he was just being a nice Christian guy. So it's strange because
there's the fact that people think that. Okay, how can I put this?
Does this have to do with Future? Yeah. You told me she was an angel.
Bro, like Future's kid's taken his surname. The pictures, bro. I for some reason.
Okay, look, what we're gonna do is we're not gonna let Russell Wilson being a good stepfather. Yeah, be no, because that's what it is. Let's keep.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird stuff, man. He's a bit of a strange guy. He's a bit of a strange guy. Like, we can't deny he's a bit of a strange bro. Like, do you know what I mean? There's a reason why nobody fucks with him. Like, nobody fucks with him.
Yeah, but no.
There's in it.
Yeah,
like, I'm not accusing Ross of anything like weird, but I'm just saying that, like, I don't know, man. When no teammates come to your wedding, like not even an O lineman. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Protect you for a living.
Do you know what?
Don't come to your wedding. It's
do you
like,
know
what?
I'm thinking about it now, and I remember when Russ came to Denver, and when I was locked in, because that was our first polarizer quarterback we had in a minute. And you can go into the nuances of Russell Wilson. Like, he does things differently to other quarterbacks. Like, I remember him talking about, like, in the Broncos facility, he had his own office. And if you couldn't text Russ directly, like, you'd have to text someone to get to Russ. And as a quarterback, that's just something you just don't do.
Nah.
So if we're going to use that type of thing, yeah, I guess. Do I think he's playing himself out of the Hall of Fame? Probably, which is quite sad because if anyone watched Thursday Night Football, when Jackson Dart went into the medical tent, Russ attempted 2 passes, and the way Brian Double went into the tent to change Jackson. Bro, I've never seen anything like it.
Was making me die, bro.
2 snaps and was like, "Yo, you good? Die. I need you out here, brother."
Whenever Jackson Dart makes a play, they was there. Like that's his guy, bro. That's his guy, bro.
That's his guy. And I like Jackson Dart, man. He I don't know what he was smoking in Ole Miss, but he got a little something, man.
Yeah, cool.
I can tell
the way the black people react to Jackson Dart's the same way they react to Jeff Hardy. It's like, yeah, like
hey, chill out. Whoa, hold on. I get what you mean, but Jeff Hardy's done a lot. Jeff Hardy's done way more than Jackson Dart.
Of course.
We can't just
telling you the base level feeling.
Okay, base level feeling. Do you know what it is? When you see a white guy with sauce, we like it.
Yeah, we like it.
We like it. We love Travis Kelce.
That's what. That's why I'm a nigga. That's why Travis Kelce really disappoints me.
Yeah, bro.
Because it's like
because you were one of us.
You were one of us, and then you got with her, and now you're not one of us, and now you're shit now. So that's like connect the dots.
Connect the dots, bro.
He had a big game yesterday, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Russ, he's not one of us. That's what it feels like. Because bear in mind,
light skin.
No, not even that, bro. But bear in mind, the Russ was the first ever black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. But we're still out here wanting Lamar to win one for us. The Russ one didn't feel like it was for us. Bear in mind, the very next year, next year was Cam, and Cam felt more like
yeah.
He was doing it for us. Yeah. When Russ won it,
we're gonna have a discussion about Cam Newton soon.
Go on.
Because not now, because I need to get I need to go watch that 2015 his MVP season because the people he was throwing to.
Greg Oden.
No, not even. Greg Olsen. Not even.
Who's Greg Oden?
Greg Oden's the guy who went. What's his face?
Over KD.
No one over KD.
Yeah, Greg Olsen. Sorry.
But other than he threw to Steve Smith at the start of his career,
yeah.
This guy had no receipt.
No. My man put on the cape.
Bro, he literally put on the cape.
Yeah, he put on the cape.
And put a whole team around his back. And the fact that he's not even, there's no picture of him in the Pampers facility is insane enough as it is.
Yeah, but that season, I remember, like, similar to what it is with Lamar. Like, obviously, I was a Panthers fan. Like, every time that Cam was playing, and again, it was against you, man, in the Super Bowl, so I get why it's a different thing. But I was backing Cam. Like, I was backing
Cam until the Super Bowl 50.
Yeah. That's
and that's going to hold him for the rest of his life.
There are sliding doors moments in the NFL, right? Because we're talking about bringing back to Russ, like he's not a Hall of Famer. If Pete Carroll puts the ball in Beast Mode's hands and they win that Super Bowl and he wins back-to-back Super Bowls, there's not a conversation. He's a definite Hall of Famer.
Well, he should be a Hall of Famer regardless. But I think what happened in Denver,
legendary defense.
Yeah, 100%. But what happened in Denver, which I don't think was necessarily his fault. I think Sean Payton came in and was just like, "You're just not my guy."
Yeah,
and that happened.
And Mike Tomlin also said, "You're not my guy."
And so that
those are two esteemed coaches. Like, "You're not my guy." And bear in mind, he's not old. And now
Brian Dabble
said, "You're not my guy."
So
it's not great.
If he wants to go and be in the Hall of Fame, he needs to retire like now.
Yeah,
because unless he goes to a team, unless he goes to like the Raiders or someone that needs something, but he needs
or genuinely, it shouldn't affect it. Go and do media and be good at it. That will change people's.
That will change the people's perception.
Like that will kind of, because again, this might be not off the pale, but like Sterling Sharp got into the Hall of Fame this year because his brother Shannon Sharp.
Yeah,
but Sterling Sharp's been eligible to go in the Hall of Fame for a long time.
Yeah.
Like Cat Williams jumps on Club Shay and all of a sudden Sterling and Shannon are both in the Hall of Fame. I hear it, bro. There's so much that goes into going to the Hall of Fame, and perception's reality. Like if that nigga goes on media run, he shows his personality, and bro, similar to like Bill Belichick, right? Bill Belichick would still be considered the greatest coach of all time if he just carried on doing media. Nigga went to UNC, and now. Brother,
up in UNC,
like
bro.
Now people say Andy Reid's a great coach than Bill Belichick, and that wasn't a conversation before.
Yeah, bro.
Like sometimes the way that you finish is more important than the way that you start.
Yeah, bro, because there's so many people that have that. Because I remember it wasn't last year; it was 2 years ago. People started having this discussion. It was when he was in Denver.
Yeah,
where people. I remember this discussion. People saying that he's. Yeah, it's killing me. like we can't see it.
All the time.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
Sorry,
bro. We're giving the people what they want. I remember Russell Wilson when he was at Denver, and this was the season where we started late. We went on a run. We beat the Bills in Buffalo, and then we could have made the playoffs. If Sean Payton was just like, "Nah, you're not my guy. I'm bringing in Jarrett Stidham. We'll go again next year." And that's the season we drafted Bo Nix the next season after. But it was then where people like, is he ruining his stock for the Hall of Fame now? And it's just got worse for him. So unless he decides to move to one bummy franchise and just give us a little one last run, go do media or go do something, bro.
Do something else.
Because I don't like... Before Denver, he's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I don't think the Denver stint, and this is me being a Denver fan, I don't think the Denver stint should have ruined that. Like the Steelers and now the Giants... And if you want to go look back at it, the Denver stint, because we're still paying him.
And these are like premier franchises, right? Denver, Pittsburgh, like the Giants. These are serious franchises.
It's not like he's doing this in Arizona.
Yeah, exactly.
No offense to Arizona,
but he's not. Yeah, he's going to teams that are on TV a lot, and teams that have had history of winning Super Bowls. And yeah, he's stinking up the joint, man. And I don't know.
20-year-old girlfriend about.
You're talking about
Bill Belichick.
Okay. Well, can we have a quick Belichick conversation?
Yeah,
a really quick one, Zach, and then we'll wrap up. Belichick's legacy starts to take a hit when Tom Brady went to Tampa and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's when it started.
Because that's when the conversation ended. Was it Bill? Was it Tom? And people were doing this Bill-Tom stuff for years, way before the end of Tom Brady's career.
Yeah.
But that just kind of cemented it. Like Tom went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were just coming off the back of Jameis Winston, and just said, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna bring Gronk, and I'm gonna give you a Super Bowl
in your own city."
In your own city. And so then we were like, okay, so it is Tom Brady. It's not Bill Belichick. Yeah. And then Bill Belichick made the playoffs the next year with Mac Jones.
Yeah,
that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, but then lost against the Bills in the game that the Bills didn't have to punt once. Yeah, got smacked.
They got smacked.
He got smacked, and then had a couple of shit years, and then on his way out, a couple of terrible draft classes, and then went and got a 20-year-old babes and took her to UNC, and she's like one of the assistants or whatever. and is stinking up the joint at Michael Jordan's old university, I'm sorry, my guy, call it a day. Because this is killing your legacy, bro. You can't look at him the same way. Yeah. You're like, what are you? Bear in mind, the Patriots way was like buttoned up, don't say nothing. He's bringing this girl to the facility. And you know what college kids are like, right? I guarantee you them niggas are trying to holler at his girl.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
yeah, of course.
I don't know.
Brother, they're closer to her age, bro.
He is.
I know she at frat parties.
I think he kind of done that to show these kids that he's still down with the kids. I still got it. But brother, this is
but he done
toxic.
that before he got the job at UNC. He was dating her before he got the
I
job
know,
at
but
UNC.
bro, she's on UNC like emails and stuff. Like she's part of the setup.
Yeah,
bro, like Bill Belichick was universally recognized as the greatest coach of all time. I don't think that sticks anymore. I think if Andy Reid goes and gets another Super Bowl, I think that title goes to him.
But this is the thing. I think a lot of athletes can ruin their legacy towards the end of their career. I think...
Did Shaq ruin his?
So this is the thing. Because Shaq is Shaq, he got away with it.
Yeah.
And I think Bill Belichick will still get away with it because he's got 6 rings.
Yeah.
If you're a Russell Wilson's case where you have 1, a couple teams could just mask us over that, because really and truly Shaq had done the whole rainbow. No one talks about Celtic Shaq, Phoenix Suns Shaq, Miami Heat Shaq, Cleveland Shaq. Miami Heat was the last time, and obviously him and Wade, but that's the last time we decided to be like, okay, cool. And that kind of like Celtics, Suns, Cleveland kind of ruined his legacy.
Nah, because he's still top 10 player.
But it didn't. Well, it ruined his legacy, the fact that he played for those teams and he stunk it up. But if you've given us so much, we will just mask over.
So has Aaron Rodgers ruined his legacy?
Well, I was saying at the start of this season,
he wants us to wrap up.
I was saying this will be the last one and we'll wrap. I was saying this. He has low key, but he seems to be doing well in Pittsburgh so far.
They'll win the division.
Maybe not. Like the Jets thing kind of did, and the way that whole situation with the Robert Saleh thing that ruined his legacy, but. It's working right now with the Steelers, so...
And it didn't work for us at the Steelers. Like, I don't know. Tomlin's like, I'm having this crazy white guy that's doing ayahuasca that backs... Well, I can't even get political. But then, like... Or Russell Wilson, who his biggest crime in football is going out Future's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend. There's something stinky about Russ, and I think you should call it a day, man. A nigga called Jackson's come to replace you in New York. I think it's time to hang it up.
That's true. But yeah, listen, thank you for watching another episode of RNS. Like, share, subscribe. All of that.
What are they gonna say?
Play the clip.
This Gunna, you listen to RNS, real nigga shit. You did.